the CBS Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is CBS2 News at 5 p.m.
Now at 5, a community demanding answers about a series of crimes, including a murder in a popular park in the Santa Monica Mountains. Good evening, I'm Cruz.
And I'm Suzanne Marquez. State and local law enforcement on the hot seat today. The community demanding answers about crimes in the Santa Monica Mountains, including the killing of a father shot to death in front of his children in Malibu Creek State Park.
CBS 2's Adrianna Weingold live in Malibu now with some frustrated people. Adrianna.
Yeah, well, you said it. Frustration here in the community after the safety meeting today. Many people saying that they just didn't get the answers that they needed after several recent shootings here. Many of the people we spoke with say they left this meeting feeling uneasy. It was a packed house at King Gillette Ranch with people from across Malibu, Calabasas, and Agora Hills looking for answers after the high-profile murder of Tristan Beaudette back in June left the community shaken.
I do know a lot of people who are concerned, and I could tell you, being in the park this morning, it was near empty compared to what it normally is for a summer Sunday.
Beaudette, a scientist who worked in pharmaceuticals, was fatally shot in the head June 22nd inside his tent while camping with his 2- and 4-year-old daughters. The Malibu Creek State Park campground has remained closed ever since.
It's very, very distressing because having lived here so long, we utilize the Malibu Creek State Park a lot, and we've always felt safe. And I just don't feel safe anymore.
Authorities say there have been 7 additional shootings in the area since 2016 in Tapia Park and Malibu Creek. Now residents want answers. They gathered for a community safety meeting with law enforcement and Senator Henry Stern.
We want to see an uptick in rangers, we want to see an uptick in CHP, and an overall law enforcement presence out here that's going to make people feel like it's safe to drive through these neighborhoods, that their kids are going to be safe playing.
But investigators couldn't give many answers, only saying they're looking into any possible connections between the shootings. Since Beaudette's murder, sheriff's investigators say there have also been 9 additional calls for shots fired. Activity that's making residents here nervous, to say the least.
Oh, I was horrified at the fact that this has been going on, and the fact that there have been other shootings in the area that we actually haven't been notified about.
Senator Stern promising to keep the community informed and urging anyone with information about these recent crimes to call authorities. There's also a $35,000 reward being offered in Beaudette's murder. If you have any information, you are asked, please call LA County Sheriffs. We are live in Malibu Creek State Park. Back to you.
Thank you, Adrianna. A Santa Ana teen is dead after a stabbing at an illegal street party overnight.
CBS 2's Lori Perez tells us another teen is in the hospital, and police want to know how a party turned into a crime scene.
Flashing red lights lit up the alley near the corner of Eastwood Street and St. Gertrude Place Saturday night as police and paramedics responded to calls of an illegal outdoor party turned violent in this alley in a commercial part of Santa Ana. Officers say as they arrived just before midnight, a crowd of partygoers was leaving, telling police there were victims down in the street at the end of the cul-de-sac. This is security video from a nearby store showing emergency crews getting to the scene. First responders found 2 young men, both 18 years old, both stabbed in the upper body. Police say 18-year-old Andrew Loera of Santa Ana died at the hospital. The other teen remains at the hospital. Video shows the street near 2020 South Eastwood littered with balloons. Signs partygoers might have been inhaling nitrous oxide gas. Police have not yet made any arrests in the case. Sunday, all that remains are an empty alley and lots of questions about what led to the deadly stabbing. Lori Perez, CBS 2 News.
The family of a missing Newhall firefighter has confirmed his body was found near a popular hiking trail in Santa Barbara County. Captain Wayne Habel was last seen leaving his home nearly a week ago. The 43-year-old was believed to be heading to the gym. An SUV registered to Habel turned up on Hot Springs Canyon Trail in Montecito Friday. Cruz launched an extensive search and located his body on the trail Saturday morning. Habel's wife reportedly said her husband suffered from depression. An investigation is underway to determine his exact cause of death. And a bomb threat caused a traffic nightmare for people heading to LAX this morning. Look at this traffic just after 10 a.m. Airport police say a man walked into Terminal 1 and made bomb threats.
Officers shut down traffic on the lower level and took the man into custody. Traffic on Century Boulevard backed all the way up to the 405, and it was no better on Sepulveda. Police stopped traffic in the tunnel, and that backed up the 105 freeway. Now looking live at LAX, typical Sunday night traffic, but hey, at least it's moving.
Now to a heroic effort to save a man and a woman whose truck crashed into the water in Long Beach. The rescue was caught on camera. Good Samaritans jumped into the water before first responders arrived. They saved the man and woman. They also rescued the couple's dog. Everyone is okay. The truck was later removed from the water, and investigators are trying to figure out how it got there. For the second day in a row, a large tree has fallen in Laurel Canyon. This one on Laurel Canyon Boulevard, south of Mount Olympus. Northbound lanes are closed, but southbound lanes are now open. No one was hurt and no property was damaged. Traffic, though, has been backed up for some time.
Another hot summer day, and it's only going to get more humid this week. We don't like that. Now, looking live from our Malibu camera, the beach is the place to be. Here's meteorologist Amber Lee with our first check of the forecast. Hi, Amber.
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Suzanne. So today we topped out once again a little closer to normal. So earlier we thought we hit right on the mark, but now that we're looking at it, it looks like we went up a degree since that time. So about 86 degrees was the high today, exactly like yesterday. So a little bit closer to normal. Sun going down tonight at 7:35. That high pressure system has been the main feature sitting over Southern California, and that's what's bringing in the heat. So even though it feels a little bit more like where we should be this time of year, you can probably feel that humidity still starting to pull in, and that's because that high pressure system is slowly shifting a little bit more to the southeast. Out the door, we are already feeling temperatures once again into the triple digits, so slowly cooling down for areas like San Bernardino and Lancaster. 84 right now for Burbank, and right along the coast, a little bit more comfy at 76 near the airport. I'll tell you how long this humidity will stick around. Back to you.
Thanks, Amber. More media bashing from President Trump. He's targeting the New York Times again.
Correspondent DeMarco Morgan shows us why the president is blasting the paper on Twitter.
By September 1st,
President Trump's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, coined a new phrase Sunday.
Truth is truth. I don't mean to go like... No, it isn't truth. Truth isn't truth.
Giuliani tried to make the case that having President Trump sit down for an interview with special counsel Robert Mueller's team would only provide another, quote, version of the truth. Giuliani also denied using delay tactics to stall a presidential interview and the ongoing Russia probe.
Look, I'm not going to be rushed into having him testify so that he gets trapped into perjury.
White House counsel Don McGahn did meet with Mueller's team and, according to the New York Times, has already given 30 hours of testimony. President Trump fired off an angry tweet calling the article a fake piece, implying he must be a John Dean-type rat. But I allowed him and all others to testify. I didn't have to. I have nothing to hide. Giuliani said the president is secure in McGahn's testimony and accused Mueller of leaking the story to the New York Times.
They're down to desperation time. They have to write a report, and they don't have a single bit of evidence.
President Trump's ouster, former FBI Director James Comey, helped inspire the special counsel's probe. Comey tweeted late Sunday about truth, writing, "Truth exists and truth matters." DeMarco Morgan, CBS News.
A woman had no idea who her father was until she took a DNA test.
Hi, dear.
Yeah, we're at the airport in Sacramento when they meet for the very first time.
And power to the grapes. The California winery makes a name for itself by becoming sustainable.